like the process of making it. Is this in the actual video? The actual videos that make you fall asleep? Or is it just me talking right now which is making you fall asleep? Let's not take that as the wrong way. I think I've had someone say this before. Because my voice is really monotone, and it helps them, it makes them feel tired. And at first I was like, oh, I actually find that quite offensive. But then I thought, oh, do you know what? It's not a bad thing to have a monotone voice, you know, and be kind of soothing, I guess. I don't know. I do probably worry I'm a little bit boring now as a result. Right, I need to work out. Yeah, well, I try to be fair with the videos, like I kind of wanted them to be like just essentially I kind of wanted them to be so you could have them on in the background and you don't have to actually watch the videos. So that's why there are and I've been accused of, I say accused is not the right word. A few people have complained before because they've said the videos are too slow. Like they're going, oh, I just want the information. Like, why can't you just put all the images on a map and then give that to us? Or why can't you do this? And like in the later videos, I've been trying to do that. Yeah, it's Luke. Yeah, that's like one of the songs that you recommended to me that I've actually listened to. The server is I think it's like what's it called? I don't know, let me check. I think it's like Elysium or something. I don't know, I forgot what it's called. I downloaded it ages and ages ago. But yeah, so someone said, right, so where was I? Right, someone said to me, oh, your videos are too slow, and all this sort of stuff. And I was a bit like, you know, alright then, sort of thing. I really like just putting the music in and having like the interludes and stuff like that, so for me it's a nice thing that they are a bit slow and you can kind of listen to the music and you can get the information without having to watch it, you can just listen to it. Vice versa, if you don't have the sound on, you can watch it and still get the information. Do I just have elite quests? The Valley of Heroes, Ilfenor Game Jurgen. The Valley of Heroes. Oh, I know where the Valley. Oh, I know where the Valley of Heroes is. Wandering around like a brain dead idiot. Down there, but he's on the other side, maybe. Yeah, he's on the other side. Wow, Treas. I know he is. He's the cheese bloke. 100% the cheese bloke. And they know he's the cheese bloke because I think he did. I think it's this part of the quest where it turns out he's like some sort of master spy or something. Yeah, I think it is. You can find Trias at his cheese shop. Trias's cheese. Really? Can't believe that guy sells cheese. I don't know where the cheese shop is. I know it's on this outside bit. I think. It's the winery. The cheese shop. Where is the cheese shop? Oh no, I got disconnected from the server. What happened there? That's the problem with playing on private servers. Oh no, I got disconnected. Are you kidding me? No, the whole thing went down. That is bad for me. I do not appreciate that whatsoever. Can you it's not even possible to play Classic WoW yet, is it, on the official Blizzard servers? Because if I could, I would, but I don't think I can. I don't think they're even can you even get... Yeah, I think that, like, the beta thing is just going to be closed, isn't it? Oh man, I don't know what to do now. Oh, I'll just stick another game on, I think. I'd probably put it in video games better. People blogs, I don't know. I don't know what category this stream needs to be in. Not even sure. I'll try and log in again. I was looking forward to some quests. Are we working? Are we in? Yeah. This is the big problem with private servers. They just aren't the same. They just... What? I'm over here. So hang on, do I do the quest? Yeah, okay. Right. So where was I? The cheese guy. Oh, it was here. The cheese guy was here. I should probably read the signs more. I'm sure he was on all the canals. Get all of his mistress of cheese. Apprentice of cheese. What do you do for a living? Apprentice of cheese. Is this the master of cheese? Of course he's the master of cheese. Probably also like the master of whispers as well, isn't it? Hello Free, this is something I can do for you. Perhaps you'd like to try some of our special Trias cheddar, or a block of Darnassian bleu. You look a little tense. Fine. I always have to read the quests in Villarreal, because otherwise you have no idea where you're going. I don't like using questing add-ons either. If I can help it anyway. Not sure what that's all about. He usually patrols the North Road right outside of town. That was Duskwood, I believe. Oh, there's a mosquito in the room. Oh my god, what the hell is this? I'm just gonna go past and just hope no one notices me. Don't mind me. I'll just... Oh. He's really doing it. Oh, he found guards everywhere. That one's getting... Oh, that guy's going... Mate, I wouldn't go there if I was... Oh no, whoa, Jesus Christ, there's a fellhound. Oh, I'm sorry, mate. I can't even... Oh, I can heal him. Go on, mate, you can do it. Resisted. Resisted. Come on. Oh, he's been ganged up on now. I have to throw him. I have to throw him a big heal, this guy. Okay, I'm out of mana. Okay, you're on your own. That's it. No more heals for you, mate. You are busy and can't use the taxi service now. Okay, apparently I can. That was weird. I'm afraid you cannot ride this griffin as you are too busy. You are too busy, my son. My child. Oh my god, that was a bloody great big mosquito, that is. Jesus Christ. Oh, I killed it. Bloody hell, how did I literally just picked it out of the air. I've never done that before. It's probably what's been biting me all evening. What does it look like if I turn this light off? It's probably horrible. Oh no, that's way too dark. Not doing that. Okay, North Road out of Darkshire, I believe. Oh, he's marked on the map for me. That's very kind of him. Too safe to be travelling about in these woods, Freeb. Suspicious. Aha, yeah, you adventurer types, all the same. Defies activity. Was a recent sighting that seemed odd. It must have been a couple of weeks ago, but some of the agents had gathered around Adelstead. No, I'm talking to you. From the report, I guess something big went down. Why don't you check there first and bring back anything you find? The farm said it's just south of the road from Westfall, as you entered Duskwood. Okay, I can certainly do that. I think that probably puts it over there though. Would that would make sense on hill closer. So I'm gonna. Hello, William. How are you doing? I think that would make Sentinel Hill closer. But then, I can't. No, I'm not. I'm not walking that whole way. I'm not a peasant. I'll dip into my gold supply. I must also have enchanting. Is it? Oh yeah, I do have enchanting. Yeah, that's good. Tailoring and enchanting. It's like, well, enchanting's hard to level in vanilla. I know that. Let's fly to Sentinel Hill and then we'll have a gander. I don't actually see. Look, you're missing the checkbox. Is awful. Do I have the materials? So you just kind of have to. I'm not used to that dwarf female POV. Yeah, well the gnome mage is on like a special server basically, because I've been having issues with, and this was really bizarre. I've been having issues with people. I think this was originally when I'm not going to profess to be some sort of YouTube celebrity or anything. I had a problem where somebody was logging on and killing all of the rares in the zones before I could get around to it. And I don't want to live stream any like me doing like just getting footage for more rare videos and stuff. There's not really too much to do when you're like a max level, fully kit out, like, you know, tier 2 mage or whatever. I do have other characters I've been leveling just normally, so I do like playing those. It's nice to. I didn't really play a lot of Alliance, so it's nice to run through a lot of the quests, and then kind of just actually take the time to read them as well. You know, I'm not in a rush. Like, I know Classic's coming out soon, so it's like, I mean, I'm not going to get this character to 60. I'm just going to kind of enjoy it. But I think when I get to playing Classic WoW, or WoW Classic, whatever you want to call it, I'm probably going to play on Horde, because that's what I used to play. I really, really like Dwarf Priests. I don't know why, and I really also like Human Warlocks as well. I don't know why. It's just those combinations are really cool. I can't really think of any really good Horde combinations I like. I'm just trying to have a think. Orc Shamans are pretty cool. I like Orc Shamans. Paladins. I've been just fooling around with a Paladin until launch. Yeah. And yeah, you're right. There's literally no point in killing the rares on the PTR. Literally 0 point. Which is why I was even more weirded out by the fact that someone might be actually was like kind of stalk. It's probably a rogue, just like stalking me, going, "Oh yeah, no, I've seen that video on the Classic WoW subreddit. Yeah, no, I'm gonna just stop this person from being able to film a video because some of these rares have really big respawn times. You're talking like over 24 hours. So if someone comes and kills the damn thing, it's like, and there we go, the video's delayed for the 24 hours, which is like so frustrating." Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think about what my favourite race of paladin is. Oh my god, I didn't even see that. Ah. What am I even doing? We've got your dwarf paladins, demon paladins. I think, is that it? Dwarf and human paladins. Is there only 2 races that can play paladin in Vanilla WoW? It's gotta be this way, right? Is there a sign for it? This is Joker doing here. Human paladins are pretty cool. I think I probably prefer them. I'm a little jig. You're probably going to try prop because you really enjoy doing Stratholm. Is that Stratholm or strategy? And dungeons at 60. Yeah. It's the end of the world, mate. Stratholm, yeah. I really like Stratholm. It's such a good instance. Instance. I think probably my favourite, and this is controversial. I think my favourite dungeon in the whole of Vanilla WoW is probably Moradon or Maradon. I just really is this the place? It definitely looks like it is. Oh my god, where you come from? Where's Psychic Script? Yeah, probably Maradon. I just really love the design. I think it's really cleverly put together. The whole thing about being able to potentially get stuff and teleport yourself into it to skip the start bit is really clever. I love it when they do dungeons that are kind of like span a really big level range, and that's why I really like Maradon. It goes all the way from like lowest mobs 41 up to 52, I believe, something like that. So like that's a huge level range, and it means that you can really do so much with it in terms of party comps and stuff like that. You can get a... Don't go hunting the world boss yet, we're just having some slight issues with him. It's very funny. Yeah. It's kind of like... Oh my god, he's an elite. Alliance scum, huh? Yeah, at the moment, Alliance scum. Not when Classic comes out though. I won't be Alliance scum. I'll be Horde scum. There's nothing wrong with Maradon, it's great. In fact, I would argue that it's the superior instance. We could put Rain in his place, but you'll all die immediately. Look at this. This is some proper bants that go in here. There's a solid chest in there. I'm gonna have a real hard time in a second because some of these are elites. I don't think I'm very good at killing elites. Sorted. At least I've got some sweet nectar. Stranglethorn Vietnam. I know, right? Like, do you know the most traumatic thing about STV is the I have a really funny memory of getting there on. It was when, so I was saying previously, I got a warlock, an undead warlock to 40, and then my account got deleted, and then and it was just as Burning Crusade came out. I don't know what happened, and I decided to roll a Blood Elf Paladin, and I have horrendous memories of being, I think it was Protection or Holy or like one of the two garbage leveling specs, and I got tasked with killing a bunch of Curzon medicine men in Curzon's compound, and the poison that they do is just crazy. And I remember, like, I must have gone through about 40. I don't know, I had like the crappy bread, like the moist cornbread or whatever, the one that's not appropriate for Stranglethorn at the level 15 one. It's like awful. awful bad time. Oh, she doesn't have a lot of that's very weird. She's marked as an elite, but she has like no health. That is incredibly weird. I thought it was in here. Filthy Horde. Well, it's either Filthy Horde or Alliance Scum. You know. There should be another faction of just neutral, dim-witted ogres, and I'll just play that one. I can just have the two ogre heads argue amongst themselves. I think ogres were supposed to be a race at one point, actually. I was really I don't want to say looking forward to it, but like it was all like this rumoured thing. I think it was for Warlords of Draenor. There was a load of rumours coming out because I'd really kind of fallen out of love with WoW at that point. Oh, an old history book. I love history books. I'm definitely going in there to get that solid chest. Yeah, like it was. Yeah, but I think it was for Warlords of Draenor. They'd rumoured that, oh man, ogres are going to be making a, you know, they're going to be this neutral, like essentially like Pandorans, like another neutral race or whatever. But then obviously it never happened. Warlords of Draenor was such a bad expansion as well. What a crap expansion. Most stuff after Wrath was pretty bad. Pandaria was good. Yeah, I think the problem with the ogre situation is ogres are just too big. Like, I mean, there are issues playing a Tauren with. Let's see. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is this? Can I? Look at that. I can't get it because it's not in line of sight. Oh, this is gonna be a. Let's see what we pull. Kill him, and then try and reset. Oh, I don't want to die. Please don't kill me. I'm just a little priest. Oh, it's desperate prayer. And the shield. Come on, Psychic Scream. You're my only hope. Nope. Damn it. God damn. Oh. Yeah, no, I think they've been. I think they've been correctly mislabeled as elite, because that definitely was not an elite. Like, I faced normals, like, actually a good example, Giggler, in that Deathless video I've just released. He's got loads of health. Like, he's really hard to, like, he would be really hard to kill solo, because he has, like, I don't know, 3,500 health or something crazy like that, or round about that kind of area. Like, that's a lot of health for a level 35 mob. Okay, well we have one down. Oh, for God's sake. Why me? I do have anything. Come on. Let me use it then. Use it, Nora. These things have a pretty quick respawn time on them. please. Do I have any food? Oh, I've got some Dwarven mild. I'm determined to get that solid chest. So what have you done on the enchants? Okay. The situation is slightly less dire. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Don't you resist my mind flay. Your mind will be flayed. Do I have a mana potion? No, it's shared cooldown. A turn-based MMO. Do you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I don't really dig turn-based games that much. I get really annoyed with other people because they never take their turns in a decent amount of time. I'm gonna have to heal myself here because I'm struggling to survive. Oh, I know. Let's go for a big E. Big heal. Yeah, I used to get really annoyed. I used to play a lot of Civ, and it used to wind me up when you played multiplayer games because, like, oh god, Civ was the worst for it as well. You'd be like, right, you'd be waiting for like 5 minutes, then you go, by the way, mate, it's your turn. Like, can you finish your turn, please? Like, having to wait for everyone is just the most frustrating thing ever. I could get how it could be popular on mobile and stuff like that. Man, I can't believe I took 3 on. I feel really proud. Ooh. Well, not better than mine, but... Oh, I'm gonna get to 30 soon. A cubic zirconia ring. Let's just smash. Let me just jump through some scrolls. What? Oh, I don't want to be that guy that leaves the chest with just I'm talking about people in general that take their time with games. But yeah. Cubic zirconia ring, trust me, she'll know. King's blood, no, get rid of that. Ah, what? I don't. Bugger. Oh man, more melon juice. Today's my lucky day. Oh my god. Today's my lucky day. It gives you lots of mana. But if you're chugging, you know, like 5 glasses of melon juice in a 20-minute period, you're probably going to... Oh yeah, ding. You're probably going to, you know, get diabetes or something. How do you even say that? Lapet Johnny? Is that right? Am I pronouncing that right? Oh, I've got a talent point to spend. How delicious. What? Affliction target with... Oh, that is a lot different from... It's a lot different from Vampiric Brace, I remember. But then, I never played a priest. Oh man, that's... I mean, I kind of... Affliction target with shadow energy that causes all party members to be healed. All party members, including me. Okay, that's fine. That's basically the same as what it was. I don't know if I currently stream on Twitch. I've tried to set it up in a way in which it will stream. I don't know, I think I need to set it up. I know you can do it so that it does things to like YouTube and Twitch and everything all at the same time. I would maybe be tempted to like, I don't know, like streaming seems to take a lot of effort. Like this is why I think the YouTube live thing probably works out a little better for me, because I can just go live, and if subscribers are on YouTube, they can just kind of tune in if they want to. But it's normally going to be me doing something very like low energy. But with Twitch, you kind of have to have I reckon you've probably got to have a schedule. And I think that's... Oops, no, I think I have to join global. Sorry, I've got completely distracted. I can't remember the name of the server. I think it's like, I honestly don't know the name of the server. The what do you call it? The name of this realm is Nighthaven PvP. I don't know if that would help you narrow it down. But I don't know, like I installed this ages ago, and this was basically how I get my WoW fix. If I do start on Twitch, I expect it to be hosted by you. I don't know about that. I don't know what I'm doing. Where am I even going? Missing diplomat. No, I better go to Sentinel and fly. I have arrived. This world will be consumed for the Burning Legion. Prepare yourselves, mortals. Prepare your anus, mortals. Oh, that's bloody spider again. What is that? Is that I think someone's put? So if your significant other changed bodies with with one of your parents, and the only way to switch them back would be to have sex with one of them. That's very funny. I like that. That sort of questions what separates the boys from the men. You can tell a lot about a person from their answer. I'm not going to answer that. That's not really it's not really something I can lend expertise on, unfortunately. I do normally like answering hypotheticals though, but I'll avoid answering that one on the first stream I've ever set up. Yeah, I mean, if you actually looked at the details of that question, doesn't nothing signifies a personality change? So it's still the same person, just in a slightly different body, which is like.
What are you looking for?
Well, no, I guess that would be really weird, actually. Oh man, it's worth a gold.
See you around.
Right, how do I where's my disenchant button? Why is that not on my, Oh, it is. It looks like I thought that was disarmed for some reason. Yeah, get her sword. Yeah.
Had to quit that.
What? I automatically added it to it. That was weird. Nietzsche came up with it. Yeah, well, Nietzsche is not exactly the greatest foundation for human intelligence, in my opinion. He had some very incredibly weird ideas. What do you think about taking days off to rush on launch? This is an extreme for me. I guess if you're in a guild going for speed kills, I don't get all that stuff about like rushing and all this sort of stuff and. Oh.
Thank you.
I don't get it. Why people rush to kill things and whatever. Like, I think people should enjoy the game at the pace which is most comfortable for them, because what you will find is people are going to be rushing and rushing and rushing to get stuff done, and you're going to get people that are getting incredibly burnt out, which is a problem with current WoW. There's too much focus on like, oh, we have to get this content done straight away 100% of the time and all this sort of stuff. Like, ultimately, Warcraft is a social game first, and I think people are not focusing on the social aspect. Like, if I was like, well, when Classic WoW comes out, I would love to just set a guild up and like, I don't know, like, you don't have to be doing stuff all the time. Like, you could just be sat chatting to people, you can just be dicking about, like, you know, doing things that are like fun and novelty and stuff. Like, that's kind of the point of the game. Like, why is my renew up there now? It was always up there. I don't know. I would never take days, or I would never use my sparse amount of holiday time to take a day off to play World of Warcraft. Like, I might have done with if I was 14, but now I'm a little bit older and a little bit wiser. I don't think so. Sorry, I was meant to be flying to Darkshire, and I have no idea why. I completely it's like going through a doorway syndrome, this. Yeah, it's exactly the thing. If you focus too much on just racing to get stuff done and being like, I think it's probably worse in streamer culture, right? Because you've got people who are like, the only way I'm gonna get viewers is if I can be the first to do this and the first to do that. I'll bet you like 50 quid that when Classic launches, like, the vast majority of your Classic WoW streams are gonna be like people trying to go, oh, first do this, leveling this, speed level, speed kill, speed this, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, why? Like, there's literally no point. I'll probably level up to 10 than trying to get people to gamble and then lose all my precious. Yeah, well, I don't know, getting to 10 is easy. Like, I think I remember I did /played when I got to 10. And I don't think it was on this character. I think I've got a gnome on this. I do have a gnome mage called Midge on this realm. Like I said, I don't know what it's called, but the realm is called Nighthaven PvP, but I don't actually know what the server's called. Yeah, it's probably part of like the Elysium project or something. I just had a quick Google and it looks like it might be something related to that. The upside to streamers they have the followers that will do anything to them. Well, it's not necessarily true, because like you look at Asmongold, that big WoW streamer, and people make it a thing to just dick him over, basically. Like, he's like, oh, for God's sake, can people just leave me alone? And he ends up having to stop playing the game and ends up like doing something else, because every time he tries to kill stuff, people just, and especially this is bad in vanilla WoW, they just tag the mob, and then he can't do anything. So he's running around trying to kill stuff, and people are just screwing him over just because they can. I guess it depends on what your followers are like. If you have followers that actually like you, but to be fair, if you have a lot of followers like he does, well, I presume he has a lot of followers. I always see him on YouTube. Well, I'm not going to pass judgment on. To be fair, I haven't seen his streams that much. He does seem like, I don't know, a bit of. Where the hell's the Flight Master? The Flight Master is not here. Wait, he's dead? Are you kidding me? Oh man, Darkshire's contested territory. I better hide. Wait, hang on. Can I got a thing installment? I got installment. Asmongold. Oh, what's this?
Light blessing.
Oh, I'll take those quests. Oops, no, wrong one.
Go with honor, friend.
Yeah, I don't know about that Asmongold guy.
What can I do?
I don't think people have very high opinions of him. That's the impression I get from people. They're like, oh yeah, he's not that likable. But to be fair, I don't know. I just think people need to chill out. Like, the point of WoW is to just enjoy it's about the journey, not the destination, right? Like, it's always been about that. And the thing that enraptures people, like, you talk to people, well, this is anecdotal, but the people I've talked to, and they talk about memories from WoW and things like that, and it's always, when they're talking about it, they have such a, almost like a childlike fondness, and it's like, oh, I remember the first time I was wandering through the Barrens and I had no idea where I was going, and it was great. Or like, oh, the first time I went here, like, and I went into this city, and it was like I had no idea what was going on, and there was things all over the place. Or the first time I got killed by someone or ganked and all this sort of stuff. And it's just kind of like that sort of stuff where people go, like, that's the core of WoW, that's the experience. Oh, hi Scourge, how are you? Yeah, my bags are an absolute mess. I don't have enough. I don't have enough bags at all. I'm trying to work out. Oh yeah, that's okay. Right, the cheese man. That's where I was going. This troll and Tauren came up to me in the Badlands, and I slaughtered the troll in front of his friend after he dueled me. I don't know, like, what is going on with that guy's hat? Hang on a second. He's the apprentice of cheese. I've only just realised he actually is dressed like a cheese. Look at this. That's a cheese, right? That's a cheese. Is that not? It's just a slightly mouldy cheese. My god, those soulless eyes. Look at that. Mistress of cheese, apprentice of cheese. I'll go talk to the master of cheese. Let me sit in the chair. It's an interesting read. Jorgen and Delavia were smart to be like. Do you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I haven't. Yeah, that guy's haircut. I haven't played this character for a while. I have no idea actually where this quest started, so I'm just gonna kind of follow it. You find him at all time, smack down in the center of it. Use a sword or something to persuade him to open up. Oh yeah, this is the guy where he's like homeless vagrants going to attack you or something. I think so. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit now. I don't know. Oh my god, what the hell is going on here? What the... Jesus Christ. Grunt Melchizar. Officer Brady. No. Oh no, I can't get involved in that. Hey, I wonder if I can still bug myself onto here. Aha. Now he can't see me. I'm invisible. If this is fixed, if this gets fixed in Classic WoW, I'm going to be so disappointed. Because this has existed for years and years and years, and then I think they fixed it. But I think it's on the new engine, which you can't, I don't think you can do this on. But yeah, if you want to hide, be invisible. I don't actually know where it teleports you. I think it just sticks you like completely under the floor, but... Yeah, oh hang on. There we go. There I am. See? Who said it's only rogues and druids that can go invisible? And night elves. Old Town. Did he say Old Town? Or did he say Dwarven District? I love this song. This song is a banger. Let's turn it up. I don't actually remember that, but I'm 100% sure that's something I would do. Oh, thanks, Michael. Yeah, I have this playlist that me and a friend of mine basically work on called the Sizzle Banger on Spotify, and yeah, it's basically like there are some questionable tunes, but there's some absolute bangers on there, and we've been curing it over maybe 2.5 years now. It's about 600-700 songs, and most of them are really good songs. And this is like this is nostalgia. This I think this is I think they're called the Superman Brothers. Starlight, isn't it, by the Superman Lovers? Starlight. I see what is the code of the bandits. Oh, it's all the time for blew him out. Oops. For God's sake. Oh yeah, the Great Wall of Halar, yeah. That was good. If people are familiar, there's a place in Nagrand called Halar Research Station, which is basically like Blizzard's, when they were made Burning Crusade, it was their attempt to bring world PvP to make it a bit more relevant, basically. Yeah, I remember what, I don't know if it was in Burning Crusade, I think it was in Wrath. But me and a few others, I got a raid together, and we basically just raided the crap out of it for about 5-6 hours, and it was so much fun. again, it's like the social things. It was just getting a load of people together just for a laugh, basically, and it was just turned out to be a really good afternoon. So when's the Warcraft 3 stream? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I think I've only played Warcraft 3 like once. I just never. It just completely passed me by. I was playing competitive shooters. Like, I'm a real big fan of competitive shooting games. I'm going to change down a little bit because I can just about hear myself, so I imagine it's hard to hear me. That is an absolute tune though, isn't it? But yeah. It's really weird. A lot of people go like, oh, do you remember playing the original StarCraft, and do you remember playing Warcraft 3 and all that sort of stuff? I'm like, no. When I was a kid, I played Unreal Tournament, copious amounts of Counter-Strike, basically, lots of Age of Empires as well. Age of Empires it is still one of my favourite. I think Age of Empires is probably still one of my favourite games of all time. It's just consistently, like, I mean, to be fair, I haven't played it the past couple of months, but I just love playing Age of Empires. It's just so good. Like, it's just simple, and I love the art style as well.
Can I help you? See you around.
This is another song I like, actually. Like I said, this playlist is full of bangers. You're not old, but you have an old taste for games. You started in Mr. Pandaria. Wow. Late comer. It's not something you see very often. A lot of people going, I started playing World of Warcraft in Mr. Pandaria. That's like... I would not agree that WoW is the only game you need, but I definitely think it's a good filler game. I'll do this history book quite long. Oddworld. I remember playing Oddworld because I remember basically I thought it was absolutely hilarious as a kid to just have the guy sit there farting. You could just make the character fart over and over again. Like, I just thought that was hilarious, but I don't really have any other memories aside from that. I didn't play a lot of console games, to be fair. I used to played Gran Turismo, played a lot of Gex Enter the Gecko, which is like something that not a lot of people remember. And the interesting thing is the European version, or even the English version, had its own voice actor, and I forgot the guy who voice acted it, but he sounded like he could be basically a shoo-in for James Bond. And the English version of Gex Enter the Gecko is really good, because Gex, the American version is like, oh my god, my name's Gex, blah, all this sort of stuff. But the American version is like, charmed, I'm sure, and all that. It's really, it just works really well. Do you know what? I was trying to... It's really funny. With Gran Turismo, the other day, I was trying to remember... when you get your license, I think it's in Gran Turismo 2. It might even still be in 1. And music plays. We go do do. I forgot what it was called though. It's on It's All Sunny in Philadelphia episode as well, but I can't for the life of me. I don't know the name of the song. I was trying to find it because I was going to put it on this Spotify playlist basically. But I can't for the life of me remember the song. I have no idea what it's called. Yeah, Gran Turismo 2 is probably, I would say, it's probably the best one because they really did flesh out the mechanics on it, and they just improved the amount of cars and stuff you can get. I still don't know where I'm going. Stormwind Library, right? It's gotta be in the cathedral, hasn't it? Wait, no, the library. It's not even in the cathedral quarter. It's in the. I can't get the balance right with this music. There we go. I managed to hit the sweet spot on volume.
What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there.
Is that too high, or does it need to be a bit lower?
I got to beware. I think it's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going on.
I think it depends on the song as well. There's loads of variability on this playlist. You can go from like a metal song to something really like dancey, and then like a folk song, and then like it's a bit genre bending this.
Everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds are getting so much resistance from behind. Time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
This is what's his face, isn't it? Buffalo Springfield, I think. I remember this was it's I think it's an anti-Vietnam War song, this, isn't it? It's a protest song against the Vietnam War, or something like that. But yeah, I really do like some of the kind of American folk that came out from the 60s. Where is this library? It's got to be around here. But it's no, it'll be up here, isn't it? Because I remember there's a. This definitely looks like a library. Major silencer. Well, there's a gold thing on it, so I was wondering if... I thought the library was in here. I feel like metal fans play hard for some reason. That's probably because the ETC, isn't it? The Elite Tauren Chieftains. Ah, Milton Chief. One lost the dibs in South Shore. Yeah, I think it's. I don't know what came first though. Like, I think the. I think the Elite Tauren Chieftains came first, and then everyone was like, "Oh yeah, metal music and all that sort of stuff." But to be fair, was it Mike Morhaime? What he used to be like the CEO of Blizzard or whatever, like ages ago. Like they're all like all those senior developers, or not even developers, like senior execs and stuff at Blizzard. They were all really, really big metal fans. So it's like when they booked Ozzy Osbourne at like, I don't know, it was BlizzCon 2008 or something. They had Ozzy, and they just had all these metal bands on all the time, and people loved it. But then they've kind of, yeah. So I don't know if it comes from that, but it'd be interesting to see. Okay, I'm just looking at some of the quests I've got. He had he has. Oh yeah, it's do you know where you get the axe from? Because I do know where you get it. I'm confident I know where you can get it from, but I don't know if the event runs anymore. Basically, if you want the axe, is it the Arcanite Ripper? I think that's what it's called, instead of the Arcanite Reaper. You get it from the Karazhan. Where am I? I don't even know where I've gone. I'm in Old Town. Why am I in Old Town? You get it from Karazhan, and it's during the Halloween event. No talent. I don't know if I misspoke in the video. What I mean is I haven't put video out in months, right? The reason being I was completely burnt out. But because I've had 5 or 6 months to kind of recoup, I'm like, oh, do you know what? I feel a bit better about it now. I was putting too many videos out too quick previously, which is why I got burnt out, because it takes 20 hours to do a video. And when I first started doing it, I was going like clappers. I was like putting maybe 2 videos out a week, something like that, maybe 2.5. So you're looking at maybe 40-50 hours a week on top of my job, just making video content, which is like, that was too much for me. So videos will be a bit less frequent, maybe like once a week, but I can't promise anything for certain. It's basically when I get the time to do it, because like I said, it takes maybe 20 hours to do the whole thing. Yeah, I think it is unobtainable now, that axe, but yeah, it's like a above Attunement the Huntsman, that you don't really have any reason to go up there aside from for the Halloween event. But if you kill him, and I think it's why people liked it, because the Huntsman's like, he is a really easy Kara boss. I don't know if he's the easiest Kara boss. I think I think depending on what you get, the Big Bad Wolf Theatre event is probably the easiest one. So, reminder, multiboxing is not allowed on Elysium Realms. There you go. The question has been solved. Elysium is the I don't even know what you call it. The people that are running it. Yeah, I know he's the first kill. Although technically you don't have to kill him first, because you only have to go kill Attunement if you have people in your party that haven't already done the Karazhan quest line that takes you further in, because you have to talk to the blacksmith behind the Huntsman. Oh man, I love this song. Yeah, so you don't actually have to kill Attunement. I see nobody ever goes right as well into the servants' chambers. There's a rare boss that spawns down there that's really easy to kill. Well, sometimes. Yeah, I know the horse drops, but William, you said, what studies did you do? Are you a technician? In real life, I studied computer security with forensics, and I have a degree in that. But I don't actually do that for a living. I'm a web developer for a living, so like I code a lot. Like I have a lot of coding projects on the go. I'm actually, when I first started this stream, I had some stuff open that I was working on. I thought I'll just play some WoW instead. But yeah, like I do a lot of programming, but my actual degree is in computer security with forensics. So I want to do these Dustwood quests, because I think it's the only ones I can reasonably do. And yeah, I know Talon the horse drops, but it's a 1% chance, and then you're rolling against 10 other people. You're not rolling, well, depends if you're in a pub. Either you're spending a lot of DKP, or you're just rolling against 10 other people for a horse. So let's say, right, Karazhan resets once every week, 1% drop chance. On average, you're only going to get it once every 100 runs, but then there's 10 people in your party. So in reality, potentially it could take you between 100 to 1,000 runs of Karazhan. So that's 100 to 1,000 weeks to get Attunement the Huntsman's horse, which is between 1.5 years. Between 1.5 to 19 years. Yeah. So, if you did car every single week, you could be so unlucky as to not get it for close to 19 years. You could be that unlucky. So, it's probably not worth thinking about. Maybe. I don't know. It's up to you. It depends how much you value the virtual horse. I don't actually. I don't know. Probably in Burning Crusade, it was really cool to have it. When they added like mounts galore in Wrath on onwards, the whole mount situation became a bit farcical. It was just a case of, oh look, your mount is slightly rarer than this mount, but I also have a rare mount, and oh look, now I can buy mounts. It's like, in a guild, yeah. In a guild, the mount, yeah. Oh, suddenly the guild master has to go away because he's become really ill all of a sudden. He's like, oh, I really need to head off. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Right. Okay. What are we looking for? Totem of Infliction. Skeleton Fingers. Gull Fangs. That's a really good offhand, but then I have a staff with 8 spirit, so imagine using DKP on a mount. I tell you what, you'd be. I can imagine if you were well geared. Like, I mean, Kara is like. Is Kara the lowest raid tier for Burning Crusade? I don't know. I suppose it's the lowest 10-man. I would maybe argue that Magtheridon's is probably lower, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I know Mag is like at least on par, if not, or maybe slightly higher, but there's not really much of a difference. But yeah, no. If you were like insanely over geared, right? Let's say you had like TK. You know, like tier 4 or something, I don't know, whatever. I think it's tier 4, isn't it, in BC, but you have tier 4 or something, you'd be like, I really don't give a toss. Like, I don't need any gear from Karazhan, I'm just going to spend all my DKP on that mount to make sure I get it. And I can imagine as well, you'd probably bid a lot, and you may end up like completely overspending for it as well, but depends what you want. Oh no, he's taking my solid chest. Come on, give me them skeleton fingers. Oh my god, they just can't open these walls. Salticune. I'm a big fan. I'm so happy your videos back. I'm wondering if you take any donations. I'd like to give something back to you. I haven't really thought about it. I don't know if I want to take donations. I don't know if it's fair for me to do that. I have a good job. I'm a web developer. I would love to do this. I would love to do this content more, right? So I'm split, basically, because I don't. If I got enough money to like make WoW content, or I could spend more time making it, and that could supplement the income, I would love to do that. But I think it's unfair for people to feel like they would have to donate at all. And I really appreciate the kind words, but I don't know. I would morally, I don't know whether I could accept it, because like I'm not in a position where I need, you know, a few dollars here and there. I don't know, it's a weird one. It's a really weird one. That's also one of the reasons why I don't run ads on my videos, because it's like, I do it for the love, not for the money, you know? I love the game, I love making the videos, like, I'm very passionate about, I don't know, just kind of, my cloak is worse, my cloak is better. I don't know. I don't feel mandated to donate. Yeah, I do have PayPal. What I might do is, I do appreciate the thing. I do appreciate the gesture. I would hold off because my YouTube account has not been. Yeah, I mean, like, currently I'm dieting, right? So I can't. I would love to sink a few pints. I can't do that until early September when I go up to Scotland, because that's like, that kind of like marks kind of the, I'm still going to be dieting but not while I'm on holiday, so I would love to sink a few pints in Scotland. But yeah, yeah, so I would hold off for now, because I need to work out what the best situation would be to allow people to donate in a kind of a reasonably easy and non-obligated kind of fashion. I haven't really thought about it. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. It's only a small channel anyway. Like, I can't imagine. To be fair, it's weird because I donate a lot myself to projects. Like, stuff I just use to do it. I donate a lot to open. Oh, thank you very much. There's a lot of open source stuff I use as a developer that I just don't think people get enough credit for. Like, I don't know if any of you are. Who is No Magic? Oh, is this No Mage? I don't know if any of you are developers, but I use a database client called HeidiSQL. And it's just a group of open source volunteers that have built and they've been maintaining the project for years and years and years, and it's just completely free and it's fully featured. And you know, I was using it one day and I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to chuck in 20-25 quid, because the amount of frustration and time this has saved me, you know. I think it is up to people to support. I mean, I don't. In the case of streams and stuff, I can see why people donate and stuff, but I think especially with things that are, especially with the case of projects, like I love projects that people work on that they. Did you donate to WinRAR? Funnily enough, yeah, I have given money to WinRAR actually. I feel so bad for them. Because they've just become a laughing stock. But you know, I have donated to WinRAR. Yeah, you could say I'm a bit of a mad lad because I've donated to WinRAR. Like, who does that? There's a really good, I don't know if it's still running, I hope it is. There's a really good radio station that runs out of Miami called Chill Tracks, and they just run, it's chill out music 24/7. And I just chuck them a couple of quid every year as well, because it's like, I don't know, like, it's crazy when you look at all the stuff that people are making all over the world, and a lot of people are not doing it to make money, they're doing it because they love doing it, basically. I think that's, after this talk you're probably a good, I don't know what you mean. I'm a good healer player, or what do you mean, like playing healing characters and stuff in games? Trying to remember the names of songs as they come on. If you like this song, it's Another Chance by Roger Sanchez, I think. I'm not looking at the Spotify thing. So the funny thing is about that William is basically I really like playing support characters in games. I play a lot of League of Legends. I'm debating whether or not to stream some League of Legends on this channel. I know it's primarily a World of Warcraft thing. But like, yeah, I play a lot of League, and I almost always play support because it's just really satisfying to help out the team and things like that. Likewise, I remember when I played Overwatch, I pretty much just played Mercy because I just thought it was incredibly fun to just fly around and just heal people, basically. And yeah, Salty Q, with regards to primary income and all this sort of stuff, I think for me, actually, one of the people say money doesn't buy happiness, right? But financial security does, and that's what people don't tell you. Like, being financially secure opens up so many more options for you. I feel really bad for. I did play tank for a while in WoW, actually. To be fair, I did play tank. I love playing healers in WoW. I used to heal a lot on a paladin. Oh, I need that. Yeah, no, I did play a tank in WoW, but I also did heal for years and years. Like, when I leveled my Pally in Burning Crusade, I literally healed for like 2 years, and then in Wrath, I healed for a few years as well, and then I went over to doing tank afterwards, basically. But then I went back to doing disc healing on a priest. Yeah, I feel bad for some. Yeah, my original point, I got sidetracked. I get sidetracked easily. My original point was I feel really bad for content creators that feel like they have to do it to earn money, because no one should like have to feel like oh my god, just leave me alone. No one should really feel like they have to do something they don't really want to in order to kind of just earn a living and stuff. And I know that you could argue that, oh well, playing video games for a living is like, oh, that's really easy and all this sort of stuff. But to be fair, like, I would say it's really hard to build an audience. Like, I think I've been really I'm not going to say, you know, I'll be honest, I think I've been incredibly fortunate to have, I don't know how many subscribers I've got, I'll check now, but, oh no, I'm sorry, I thought I was getting attacked again, but I realised I was just looking at the delay on the stream. Where's my browser gone? It's completely disappeared. 3,900. Okay, yeah. So like, oh my god, it's bright. I can give you the absolutely 100% updated stats if you want. It's actually 3,963, technically. But yeah, like, the point still stands. I think I've been really fortunate to have gained the subscribers that I have, and I don't take it for granted. Like, I remember, yeah, it is. I agree. It is. I imagine it is incredibly draining. I think so. Yeah, I think it's important to. I think this is why people like personality-driven streamers. Like, they just like people that they kind of get along with and things like that. To be fair, I think this is me kind of like blowing my own trumpet. I think I'm quite a personable person. Like, I think it's fairly easy for me to get on with people, which is why I maybe actually cut out to doing something like streaming, because I'm pretty chill. Aside from when somebody's like just deliberately winding me up in ranked or something. But alright, Salty Q, and I'll see you later. Yeah, but I agree, William, like, you have to be yourself, 100%. To be fair, I don't really watch a lot of streamers, right, so I'm not up to date on all the, I don't even know what I'm doing. Where do any of these ghoul fans? She doesn't say anything. If anyone can tell me where to find ghoul fangs, I'd be incredibly grateful. But yeah, I don't keep up to date really on streamers and what's going on in that world. But I have seen some streams, and yeah, I don't know. Some people are. You can obviously tell it's all an act. I think the problem is some people are quite high energy, and I mean I talk a lot, right? It's quite evident on this stream, but I'm not really high energy. And it kind of works because like you don't want to be high energy all the time because a lot of people don't appreciate. If you do it for a living, you're probably streaming like what 4 or 5 hours at least, but then you got all the other stuff surrounding that. Like that's a lot. That's a big ask for someone to be chipper all the time. My favourite streamer is really high energy. His name is XQC. I've never. Like I said, I don't keep up to date with streaming, so it's like whew, straight over my head that I don't even. I know there's a really controversial streamer called Alinity, I think, that is apparently like people have been saying, oh, she should be banned or something for like I don't know why, I don't know what for, but and then there's I know that there's that ninja who went over to Mixer as well. I think, I don't know who else is a streamer. Like I don't know a lot of streamers. I'm trying to think of popular streamers I know. She played baseball with a cat. Oh, is she the one that threw a cat to the other side of the room or something like that? That's really sad to hear that, because I really like cats. Like I absolutely love cats. I'm not really a dog person. Yeah, it was really sad to see that. I hate it when people do things like that. I feel like you've probably got something. There's something missing in the brain that makes people have a disregard for other living things. Maybe this is just my support role mentality coming out, but like I think yeah, it doesn't matter if it's not a human being. You should treat it with reasonable dignity, you know. I mean, I'm not a vegan, right? I don't think I ever could be a vegan, but just because I eat meat, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't at least treat the animals with respect. Like, you know, it's just one of those welfare standards. That's quite important.
It's too far away. Am I out of range?
Yeah, cats are pretty resilient. I should just give the cat some vodka. I think cats are really bad with alcohol. Actually, they don't have the ability to filter it through the liver easily. So I think they can get a lot of long-term health issues. Something like that, anyway. What the hell is this? Is there just a random torch here? Just think about this for a second, right? When Blizzard HQ, they made Warcraft 3, Frozen Throne or whatever it was. They're making World of Warcraft. They're thinking, right, we'll get Jim on designing Darkshire, one of the best zones, starting zones, one of the first contested zones that Alliance players will be going into. And Jim's looking at the map and he's going, oh, well, we've got the Tranquil Garden Cemetery, that's all good. Yeah, we've got the Rotting Orchard, oh, that's cool. It's got loads of Worgens in. Oh, the Organ Farmstead. Do you know what this is missing? It's missing a tiki torch that is sitting behind a tree in the far northeast corner. That's what really brings the whole thing together. Look at that, it's so weird, it's so random, it's just it's just there. A little bit ominous.
Hunting and thumping in time. The green light flashes, the flags go up. Churning and burning, they yearn for the cup. They deftly maneuver.
Oh yeah, probably, yeah. I mean, to be fair, like, the amount of, as a developer with a plethora of experience, the amount of stuff that I have somehow got into production, like the live servers, and nobody has noticed is baffling. And you go, oh, I didn't know I had actually added that, and it's completely broken, but nobody has noticed. I don't know where these blue fans are. If it's a ghoul, it has to be dead. Roland's Doom. Is Roland's Doom... Is Roland's Doom the one with the ghouls in? I think by ghoul they mean undead. Well, not undead, they mean the horrible rotting flesh ghoul things. There's two of them. I don't know how, I don't think I'm going to be, I think I probably might end the stream in maybe 5 minutes or so, because I do actually have work in the morning. I normally stay up to this time anyway, but like, I feel like if I keep streaming, I'll probably stream till like 3, 4 in the morning, and then I'll be incredibly tired and I'll not get any work done. I'm gonna have to Google this, you know, where you get ghoul fangs from. Ghoul fang, wow, vanilla. Is dropped by flesh eaters, bone chewers, brain eaters. Oh, are they in the graveyards? Of course they are. Of course they are. I know this one's called The Distance, but I don't know who it's by. And this is definitely Depeche Mode. Check Facebook and finish the stream. I'll just open up the message, man. Oh, I see. Does that only apply to that message you sent me? Does that only apply to YouTube gaming though? Because I can't guarantee that I'm going to be streaming video games all the time. I might stream like some programming or whatever. To be fair, right, like, yeah, basically, I'm still toying with the idea, like, I tried this stream because I thought, I'll give it a go, see what happens. I may not continue doing it, right, we'll see how it goes. It's quite enjoyable actually though, if I've got nothing on. But my kind of thought was like, again, I don't need like donations, I don't need any of that stuff, so I can it's up to me anyway whatever I stream, but like I would probably try and do a few other things as well, like, because Oh, it's cool to hear that it just applies to regular YouTube streamers. It's interesting, actually. I have enabled my account to try and get it so I can set the chat stuff up, because I can't enable it until I enable monetization. I'm going to disable. There's still no ads going on the channel. Don't worry. But yeah, no, I think I can literally do whatever I want, which is the beauty of it, right? But I don't. I love the fact that I make WoW content and all that sort of stuff, and I will keep making WoW content for the channel, but I do kind of like the idea of being able to play other things and not have to worry too much and be like, you know, surely people going, oh, why aren't you playing Warcraft now? Why are you playing this instead? And I'm like, no, look, I will still be playing WoW, and I will still probably stream WoW, but I just won't be streaming it all the time. I might play a little bit of WoW, and I might play League of Legends, or I might just sit there and chat, you know? Nice to see our boy listens to some classy music. Yeah, I have an extremely refined taste in music. And the good news is, I'm not really that picky. To a degree. There's some stuff I can't stand. Like, I'm gonna be honest, pirate metal is not my thing. So, Ailstorm. Is it Ailstorm? Are they the pirate metal band? There's a couple of others. I don't go in for that. That's not really my thing. So don't send me Ailstorm. Spade. 2 downfalls of your stream. You code in PHP and you play Alliance. Joke's on you. My actual full-time job, I'm a React.js developer. So I do a lot of coding in JS and Node. So you can't try and get me with that one. I'm a multilingual coder. I do a lot of JavaScript, so I know how bad JavaScript can be. So don't try and make out JavaScript and Node are somehow this nice righteous thing in PHP's for layabouts and slobs, because it's just JavaScript is arguably worse than PHP in my opinion. To be fair, like, it's interesting. Sorry, apologies if anyone who isn't a developer. This might be a little bit weird and boring, but just to respond to Spade, basically, like, I was chatting to a Node developer in work the other day, and he was saying to me, he was like, "Oh, I'm so glad I don't have to write PHP anymore." And I was like, "Oh, why are you glad?" And he said, "Oh, it lets you get away with too much. It lets you write bad code." And I said to him, "Yeah, but like, JavaScript is even worse than PHP because it lets you get away. You can basically do no type declarations, and it will just let you do it, and it'll throw an error somewhere down the line, but it's not where you want the errors to get thrown, you know, which is terrible." But with later versions of PHP, because you have strong typing and you have all this class abstraction, I think it's much easier to actually code in PHP. It's a lot more mature as a language. Apologies for that. Yeah, so I don't actually use TypeScript, but one of the other front-end developers came over from using TypeScript, and he always sings its praises all the time, like, because basically he originally wanted to use TypeScript for this project, for the product we're building, and the CTO was like, no, because he's like, I don't want to get too down a rabbit hole in terms of like, oh, we have to use this specific implementation of JavaScript or whatever. So we ended up using Flow instead, which is like the kind of the type hinting package, which is like not the same as TypeScript, but like you have type support in there, custom types and things. Yeah, which is, it kind of works, but like, I don't know, JavaScript apps, if you need to write a big app, you can have a very bad time. Big apps are really hard to maintain in JavaScript. That's another thing, if anyone wants to know anything about programming, you can ask me and I can try my best to answer as well, because yeah, I do have a little bit of experience. Hold on, let me just turn this down a little bit. Yes, I do play ranked on League. Yeah, I do. I've been playing a lot of ranked recently, actually. And yes, before anyone asks, I do play supports. Like, that's what I ranked up with. So, and I'm currently gold 2. So, yeah, take it for what it's worth. Probably considerably average. I would love to play more League, but it's a very crowded space, and I'm just not good enough to get into Diamond. I don't think. There is a bit of a ceiling to my ability. Like I don't take it serious enough. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a maggot. Oh my god. Oh, there's multiple ones. Oh god, they're really hurting me. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't think I'm good enough to get into something like Diamond or whatever, but that's really what's going to get you people Road to Platinum stream. Yeah, I would. You know, I would love to. I'd love to stream some. Love to stream some League of Legends ranked. For sure. Because like, I don't know. It's just I do really enjoy playing it. Although sometimes like, if anyone else has played ranked, or well, to be fair, they've played League of Legends, you will know that sometimes it can be really frustrating. Like if someone you're playing with has just had a bad game, their previous game, and they're just in a bad mood, then there's nothing you can do about that. It's just they're in a bad mood, probably gonna have a bad game, they're probably tilted, and they will probably blame you for it. You know, and some people are like that, and that's fine, I guess. You know, but you don't want it to end up tilting you as a result. Road to Plat. Road to nowhere, more like. Don't think the music gets much heavier than Kill Switch Engage. I think this is probably the heaviest. This might be the heaviest song on the playlist, actually. So, yeah. The only reason I actually well, it's not the only reason. I do actually really like this song. One of the reasons I have it on this playlist is because this is WoW related. I have such fond memories of downloading music from LimeWire or Napster, and basically just like putting it all in a folder, sticking Windows Media Player on, playing World of Warcraft, and then having like this completely random mishmash of downloaded MP3s that I'd like stolen from all over the internet when I was a kid. Like, good memories. I'm gonna get these ghoul fangs sorted, and then I think that'll probably be me done for the night. I'm gonna do a bit of an investigation into how I actually. Oh, not this again. Do a bit more investigation into setting up the stream a bit more properly, maybe. So if I do it again, it's not all over the place. You know what, I've been surprised at how easy it has been to actually quest on my Shadow Priest. I remember it was a lot more difficult for me before. I'm not really sure why it's easier now. It's really bizarre. I don't know. It's probably good, actually, to be fair, it's probably because everything's 6 levels lower. Yeah, no, that is why it's I mean, I'm totally over leveled. I have a good wand as well. That sweet nectar. But yeah, well, to be fair, I do like sorry, I was looking at a comment. I got enough. Someone had commented on the video. Actually, what did they comment on? I have no idea. I don't know. They said Amazon rainforest for some reason. Yeah, I really like kind of try quest complete a zone. And I love taking my time to kind of, you know, it doesn't matter if you're slightly over leveled, like one of the most depressing things for me is going into a new zone, like Stranglethorn Vale, or Ganklethorn Vale, or Stranglethorn Vietnam, or whatever you want to call it, and being like, you do 2 or 3 quests, and then boom, you hit a wall where everything is orange, and if you pull 2 of them, you're gonna have a very bad time. You pull 2 mobs, you're probably as good as dead. Woohoo! Wee. Oh no, oh no, I died. Ah. I forgot about the worms. I was just getting attacked by worms and I wasn't even looking. So I'm doing 2 stunts before heading to Westfall, what we're done. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, 100%. To be fair though, I think Dunmurra does kind of get you in that decent kind of level range anyway. Dunmurra is actually quite a comprehensive zone. I'm not even I feel like one of these probably already dropped a ghoul fang. Oh no, they're night crawlers. That's not. Right, I think these are the undead, so they cannot be feared either. No. My suspicion was correct. The undead cannot be feared. Okay, there's no worms from that guy. I got lucky. I'll check how many people are online. Well, there's 680 people found. Shackle Undead. Of course. Where is that? I haven't learned Shackle Undead. I just don't have it. Oh, that's a shame. I wonder where you learn Shackle Undead actually. Or is that a... I wonder if it's a... Can't be a talent. No idea. You discovered raiding with a speedrun guild. Yeah. Like I said, I don't really go in for all this speedrunning malarkey or whatever. Like it's just, I think people just need to enjoy the game. They can enjoy it the way they want to, but I think a lot of people get tricked into thinking that the only way you can enjoy the game is if you're doing it the way other people are doing it. Like, you don't want to be the sheep that just does, oh, everyone else is doing it, so I'll just do the same thing, I guess. I guess speedrunning is fun. Oh, I guess that's what you have to do to enjoy the game. It's like, no, if you want to roleplay in Gold Shiren, you roleplay in Gold Shiren. Yeah, I don't really get that. Like, to be fair, like, I think I've probably been in a, I don't know if you call it a hardcore guild. Probably not. A serious guild. Yeah, it does. It sounds like a proper hardcore guild. That I have been in a guild before, and Shamalamalam will be able to attest to this because he was in it as well. Where it was like it was set up like the US military, and like everyone had like ranks, but like it was like military ranks, and it was really like, it was like boot camp. It was like you couldn't talk to someone who was a superior officer unless like you had the authority to, and it was like, oh, you know, you can't authorize this request, and you can't do this, and you can't do that, and you need to step in line, and all this sort of stuff. You need to get in line. Yeah, the Art of War it was called. Tour. And it's yeah, and like that, I don't think that was I wouldn't call it a hardcore guild, but yeah, no, that definitely sounds like a really hardcore raiding guild. Like, I would call a semi-hardcore guild basically a guild that has a raiding schedule. That's what I would call semi-hardcore. Like, oh, you know, we raid Wednesdays after the reset. Oh, cool, I guess that's pretty semi-hardcore then. Well, you know, it'd be nice if you could attend. That's semi-hardcore. Hardcore guild is like, you have to be here, you have to have buffs, you have to do this, blah blah blah, whatever. And casual is kind of like, yeah, I mean, if we have 10 people, we'll do it. If not, we'll just pug a few. Meh. Yeah, it was, yeah, the Art of War. We had a bit of a mutiny in that guild, and it was very fun actually. We completely overthrew it. It was like an actual rebellion that worked as well. we like, yeah, it would completely dismantle the whole European side of their because the Art of War is like a really big guild. It's like a multifaceted game community thing and whatever, and we basically, between us and maybe one or two others, dismantled the whole European World of Warcraft raiding side of it, because we were just like, I don't know what we did. I can't remember what we did exactly, but we just, it was really, really fun. And obviously this is when I was like a lot younger, so I bet like me now would probably go, yeah, no, what are you doing, kid? Like, that's so annoying. But cleared Molten Core, Blackrock Depths, and Zul'Gurub and stopped there, just to experience everything that was out. Blackrock Depths is a good dungeon. I don't really like Molten Core though. I think Molten Core is it's overrated. Like Battenberg. That's an overrated cake. I'm gonna keep the lion meat because I think can I do anything with it? Not at the moment.
King's honor. Safe travels.
Yeah, no, Molten Core is I think it's super overrated as a raid. I think actually one of my favourite raids, and this isn't in vanilla, but it's actually Zul'Aman. Zul'Aman was a really cool raid, and it just had the perfect balance of difficulty for pucks. It was a really, really good balance of difficulty for pug groups. It was harder than Karazhan, and you could very easily wipe. So you had to have some knowledge, you had to have Karazhan gear, so it kept most of the plebeians out. Yeah, and it was just really fun, like the whole timing event to it and stuff, and the armor was always really cool as well in Zul'Aman because it was all kind of like tribal themed and things like that. It was all really cool. Right, let me just okay, I think I'm probably going to head off now because it's 1:25 and I need to be up at 7:30. So yeah, I need to go. But yeah, it's Black Redox are more unique than Molten Core. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna head off. So thank you everyone that kind of stuck with the stream, because like, yeah, this was literally originally going to just be a test, but I thought I'll play some games or whatever. So, and yeah, I might do some more. We'll see how I feel. It might not be World of Warcraft though. I might just stream. I'll just stream whatever I want to do really. So don't feel obliged to watch if you don't want to. I'm going to be playing the games kind of regardless. But if someone wants to hop in and chat, you know, I'm always here. I love talking. Alright, I'll catch you guys later.